Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Tasbir's math tutorial class presented by Muhammad Tasbir Karim. Today we are going to solve a topic of higher mathematics of class 9 and 10 and the chapter number 2 algebra expression, and the topic is partial fraction. So before we just going to solve the maths, we just going to discuss what is partial fraction. So here is the definition of partial fraction. I think you all know, if a given fraction is expressed as a sum of two or more fractions, then each of the later fractions is said to be a partial fraction of the given fraction. Again, if a given fraction is expressed as a sum of two or more fractions, then each of the later fractions is said to be a partial fraction of the given fraction. So here is a fraction. You can see here we can write it like this way: 2 into x minus 3 plus x minus 2 by x minus 3 into x minus 2. If we split it, then simplification will be like this: 2 by x minus 2 plus 1 by x minus 3. So these are individually called the partial fraction of the given fraction. So here the given fraction is expressed as the sum of two fractions. So this is the given fraction, and now we just write two fractions, and these are in addition form. So the fractions has been divided into two partial fractions. So these are two partial fractions. So some rules are there that we can do this, how we are going to express that or break into partial fractions. So how to convert the proper rational fraction into the partial fraction in different ways is shown below. Here, number one, the denominator is or can be expressed as a product of distinct linear factors, but no factor is repeated. Inshallah, when we just going to solve this math, we will just discuss about there. Again, the denominator is or can be expressed as a product of distinct linear factors, but no factor is repeated. Then when the degree of the numerator is greater than or equal to that of the denominator, then degree of numerator is less than by dividing the numerator by the denominator. And number 3, the denominator is or can be expressed as a product of linear factors, some of which are repeated. Number 4, the denominator is or can be expressed as a product linear and quadratic factor, none of which is repeated. Number 5, the denominator is or can be expressed as a product of linear and quadratic factors, some of which are repeated. So these are actually the 5 rules, that these rules we can just understand which way we are going to solve the maths. So if you understand all these 5 rules, I will discuss it in the individual one for individual math. I think you will be clear there. If you can understand which is the question, which way or which in which rules the question is, you can solve it particular question. So here we are going to start rule number 1. The denominator is or can be expressed as a product of distinct linear factors, but no factor is repeated. Here is a question: resolve into partial fraction 5x minus 7 by x minus 1 into x minus 2. Here you can see the denominator is or can be expressed as a product of distinct linear factors. So here in the denominator, two different factors are there, but no factor is repeated. Is there any repetition? No. X minus 1 is 1 times, x minus 2 is 2 times here, another time, so another. So there is no repetition is there, right? So this is called the denominator is or can be expressed as a product of distinct linear factors. These are two distinct, these are the distinct linear factors, and there is no repetition, so if you can understand, so you can solve this one. Here is the way. At first, we are just going to let that is this fraction, it will be two individual, as there are two factors, so it will be two individual fraction. We just let it. This is equality sign. You can see here there is straight line. It's not, it seems to be equal, but it's equality sign. So you have to put it here because the fraction is just converted into two partial fractions. So you have to use here this one, this sign. So a by x minus 1 plus b by x minus 2. It is equation number 1. Now, on the both side, equation number 1, multiplying x minus 1, x minus 2. Which one? The denominator. What is in the denominator? I am just multiplying the both of the sides. So, what will be stand like? Just write it will be 5x minus 3, because if you multiply with this part and this part will be gone. So, 5x minus 7 and x minus 1 and x minus 1 in the upper portion, it will be gone. So, x minus 2 will exist into b with this one. So, this one and this one will be gone. So, b into x minus 1 will be there. So, this is equation number 2. Now, which is true for all values of x? What will be the value of x that will be true? That must be true. Otherwise, the equation will not be stand. So, now on the both sides of 2, putting x equal to 1, get, where do we get x equal to 1? Okay, look at here. What is the factors? There are two factors. One is x minus 1, another one is x minus 2. So, from it, x minus 1, you can get a value that can be 0, that is 1. So, if you put here 1, here 1, you will get 1 value. That's why I am just putting value x equal to 1. Look at here, 5 minus 7, as 5 into 1 means 5, minus 7, a into 1 minus 2, plus b into 1 minus 1. So, it's totally b into 0, that means it will be 0. So, finally, it will be minus 2 equal to minus a, and so that a equal to 2. Again, we just on the both side putting x equal to 2. Look at here, x minus 2 is a factor. So, from it, if you put a value 2 here, so 2 minus 2 equals 0. From that, you are just writing x equal to 2. If there is any other factor, right, like x minus 3, or that, then you will write x equal to 3. If it is 2 plus x plus 2, then you will write x equal to minus 2. If it is 10, x minus 10, then you will write x equal to 10. If it is x minus a, then you will write x equal to a. So, for which number or whatever the things is there in the factors, okay, just you will just that equal to 0, and from that x equal to 1, which contain you get, the number you get, you will just put here x equal to 2. I am just getting from here, and the first one, x minus 1 equal to 0, x equal to 1, you just put here x equal to 1, and here x minus 2 equal to 0, x equal to 2. So you just write here x equal to 2. Now I am just putting it in the equation number 1. Equation number 1. What is equation number 2? Not 1. Equation number 2. Here I am just putting. So 5 into 2, that equal to 10, minus 7, that equal to what? A into 2 minus 2 plus b into 2 minus 1. Just in the place of x, I am just putting 2 here. So you will just understand b equal to 3 I got. So the value of a and b I just got. So now we putting the value of a and b in equation number 1, and we get 5x minus 7 by x minus 1 into x minus 2, equality sign 2 by x minus 1 plus 3 x by x minus 2, and thus the given fraction is converted into partial fractions. So now you can write the answer here. So this is the whole solution of rule number 1. If you see there is factors or there is no factors, simply a quadriculation is there, you can divide into two factors. And where no repetition is there, there is no repetition, that means the number is not coming twice, thrice or something like that. It will be another rules, it will come like that way. When we just solve that math, you will understand clearly. So here the factors are not repeated, and this is a normal what fraction. Okay, so Now we are going to another math of the same rules. Rule number 1. Look at here, express the partial fractions. This one here, it is not converted. So we have to factorize at first in the denominator. Forget about the numerator right now. We are not going to think about the numerator. You can keep it like that way, but you have to convert the denominator into factors. So here is the where we have, at first I am just taking x common from it, x into this one. After that, if you middle term break, you just factorize it by middle term break, then you will get x plus 3 and x minus 2. So now it is just, what is it just right now? It is x square plus x minus 1 by x into x plus 3 into x minus 2. So now you can see how many factors are there. 3 factors. The previous one has 2 factors. We just let 2 alphabet. Now here 3 factors. X is single, but it's a factor as it is in the product. Okay, it's a product in the denominator. So if for each of the factors, I am just letting 1 alphabet in the above. So a by x plus b by x plus 3 plus c by x minus 2. You can just write in another way, that means a by x minus 2, b by x plus 3, c by x. You can write like that way anyway, but the 3 different factors, you have to let 3 alphabet individually, and that will be your equation number 1. In the second line, on the both side of 1 multiplying, what is the denominator here? You have to multiply on the both side. So if you multiply in the left hand side, it will be gone. It is just above 1. What is there? The thing is here left. And for each of them, which one is just here? The rest portion will be multiplied with the alphabet. So here, which one is the denominator here? X is the alphabet here. So if you divide it, multiply it, then it will be a into x plus 3 x minus 2, b into x plus 3 is here, so the remaining part x into x minus 2, so b into x minus 2 and c into x minus x plus 3. So this is the equation number 2. So what I did, at first we just if that is in factorized in given, then there is no problem. If it is not, you have to factorize it, simply just resolve into factors. Then for individual factors, you have to just take each of the alphabets. So here how many factors are there? 3 factors. So for each of them you have to let 1 alphabet. So here is the alphabet. Now on the both side, I am just multiplying the denominator. What is the denominator? You just multiply, and for each of them you multiply. After multiplication, the numerator is just keeping here, and on the right side, what is there? A by this one, b by this one, c by. Okay. So now, so at first I told that is x minus 2 equal to 0, x equal to what? 2. So I am just taking x equal to 2. If I put it just accordingly in the plus of x, that is x square, that means 2 square plus 2 minus 1, a into 2 plus 3 into 2 minus 2, then b into 2 minus 2 into 2 plus c into 2 plus 3. So you will get this after calculation, you will get this, and the value of c equal to 1 by 2. I think it is not so difficult to you as you are doing higher math. So I think this calculation is just delivered to you. So putting x equal to minus 3, where you get minus 3? Look at here, x plus 3, you just going to let x plus 3 equal to 0, x equal to minus 3. So x equal to minus 3. The part here, x equal to minus 3 comes from here, x plus 3, x plus 3 equal to 0. If you send the 3 to the right side, it will be minus 3. So x equal to minus 3. So here x equal to minus 3. Now I am just putting the values of x in the in the equation number 2, the place of x. So minus 3x is, that is x square is there, so minus 3 square means 9, then x plus x. So if you just put minus 3 there, so minus 3 minus 1, and similarly if you put there, then after that if you have to just do the calculation, and finally you will get 5 equal to 0 plus 15b plus 0. So that is b equal to 1 by 3, another answer. It could be similar, it could be different, doesn't matter. In the place of the different alphabet can come same answer, can become minus answer or anything like that, no problem. Don't bother about it. Now the next question is here, just putting x equal to 0. While we get 0, look at here, x equal to 0 is a factor. I told the factor is there that equal to 0. So here it was x minus 2 equal to 0, so you get x equal to 2. X plus 3 equal to 0, that means x equal to minus 3, you get there. X equal to 0, straight x equal to 0, nothing there. So if you put the value x equal to 0, you will get the value a equal to 1 by 6. So now you just put the value of a, b, c in equation number 1. Where is the equation number 1? This is the equation number 1. And finally you get this. So that is the answer. That is your partial fraction. Now rule number 2, when the degree of the numerator is greater than the denominator or equal to that of the denominator. That means what is in the denominator and what is in the numerator. In the previous one, denominator is bigger. Here denominator is smaller or equal, then the degree of numerator is lessened by dividing the numerator by the denominator. There is an example, look at here. What is the degree of this denominator here, numerator here? X square. If you multiply it, you will get the degree will be what? X square. So I think you understand the degree, that is in the product, after product, what is the highest power, that is called the degree of that just the polynomial. And here is like that, if you product just multiply it, you will get a result, and there what is the highest degree, that is your degree of the polynomial. So if you divide those two polynomial, you will get something. So that just we are just going to lessen them and we just write it. So when the degree of the numerator is greater or equal, so here it is equal, x square and x square is equal. It's not uh, in your maths when you are just doing in class 9 and 10, I think it will not be greater, you will not get it greater. But if it is greater or denominator, you have to listen by dividing the numerator by the denominator. So having the numerator here, dividing numerator by denominator, we get 1, because x square and x square, it will be, if you divide it, it will be x square, x is gone, so 1 will be there. So what is the division? After division, what do you get? We get 1. So we will write just this number. Which number we will get after division? That number 1 plus the rest of the part is similar. That means factor each of the alphabet. So here I will going to multiply. Okay, I will solve similar kind of maths later. I think we will be understand. Similar 2 or 3 maths will be there after that. So don't be bothered about it. Just try to understand. So multiplying the, what is the denominator in the both of the side, then you will get like this way. So for each of the factors here, you will just let, that is x equal to 2. At first you are just going to put it, after that you will just put 4. So here I am just at first letting x equal to 2, I am just using it, and finally I got a equal to 3 by 2. And similarly, if we x equal to 4, we just put, so b equal to minus 3 by 2, we got the value a and b, and just put it and you will get the answer. I think this is the answer, which is the desired partial fraction. So the next one, again look, rule number 2, when the degree of numerator is greater than or equal to that of the denominator, then degree of numerator is lessened by dividing the numerator by the denominator. So another example, look at here, how many alphabet are here in denominator? 1, 2, 3 factors are there. So a, if you multiply it, then you will get a cube, and here in the numerator is 3a cube. If you divide 3a cube by a cube, it will be only a cube in front, then something will be there. I don't know, if you just go for the product, you will get a portion, but the first highest degree, the coefficient of the highest degree will be 1. So 3a cube by a cube, if you divide it, you will get 3. So this 3 will be just addition in front. So 3a cube by a minus 2a minus 3a minus 4, that equality 3 plus 3 alphabet for each of the factors, 1 2 3 factors. So for each of them you can w x y z a b c d, whatever alphabet you can take it doesn't matter. Now you just multiply the denominator in the both of the side of equation number 1. You will get, here it will be, what is the numerator, it will be stand here, and rest of the portion you are just going to multiply 3 into, there is nothing in the denominator, so what is the you are going to multiply, it will be totally here. Which one is here, that will be removed from these 3, so rest of the portion will multiply w. So a minus 2 is there, a minus 2 will be removed, so a minus 3, a minus 4 will be multiplied with w. Look at here, so it is multiplied a. Similarly, a minus 3 is here, so rest a minus 2 and a minus 4 will be multiplied with x, and w. A minus 4 is there, so just remove it. A minus 2, a minus 3 will be multiplied with y. Now the same way you have to put the value of a, as it is not x, which alphabet is there, a, so you have to put the value of a equal to 2 3 4. Where you get it, if you just let it a minus 2 equal to 0, you will get a equal to 2. If you let a minus 3 equal to 0, you will get a equal to 3. If you let a equal to a minus 4 equal to 0, then a equal to 4. So from that you will get 2, 3 and 4. And if you put it a equal to 2 in the equation number 2, you will get 2 cube means 8, 8 into 3 means 24. And if you just put it, you have to write properly, as this is a video and it is already, I am just taking already 21 minutes. So you have to be hurry, because this is rule number 2, then 3 4 5, also some rules, so you have to understand. So you have to just put it, and you have to just do the calculation, w equal to 12. So here, similarly, if you just put the value of a equal to 3, you will get 81 equal to minus x, so x equal to minus 81, and w, that is y equal to 96. So now we are just going to put the value of w x y in equation number 1, and finally we get, this is the desired partial fraction. So I think you understand. Now here are some example of the same rules. Look at here, x into x into x, so what will be, and there is 2x cube. So if you divide it, dividing numerator by denominator, you will get 2. So the factorization, just if you just let it 3, the 2 is here, and for each of the factors for each of the alphabet. Then after that, I think you understand, you just multiply and do the rest of the thing. I'm not solving the whole thing, but you will understand the breaking, how we just going to here. Look at here, how what is the degree here, x cube, and there is x cube, but look at here, there is no denominator in a factorization. So you have to factorize at first, then you have to do it. So it is, you can see the total scenario here. So if you just factorize it, you will get 3 number. It will be, seems to be like this. Then if you divide it, it will be just x3, and this 1 is there, so you will just write 1 plus a by x minus 1, b by x minus 2, c by x minus 3. So this is the factorization of the thing, and if you just write the equation, just letting, this is the way. So I think you understand rule number 2. Okay, when the denominator and numerator are equal, or the numerator is greater, then you have to just lessen, that means dividing. After dividing, what you will be get, that will be just, we'll put it here. Now rule number 3, these are some maths of rule number 3, so don't be bothered about, don't look at there. So the denominator is or can be expressed as a product of linear factors, some of which are repeated. That means number can be repeated. So here, look at here, this is the question, 1 by x into x plus 4 whole square. Whole square means x plus 4 into x plus 4. That is the repetition. Look at here, the repetition here, you can see x minus 1 whole square into x minus 2. So here x minus 1 is repeated. There is 2 times are there, that's why we are just writing power. Here you can see x minus 1 cube, whole cube, into x minus 2. So here x minus 1 whole cube, that is repeated 3 times. So if like that, the denominator is or can be expressed as a product of linear factors, sum of which are repeated. So the denominator is expressed as a product of linear factors and which are repeated, and there is a one repetition. It could be 2 repetition, 3 numbers can be repeated, it doesn't matter. So all are the same way. So here is one factor is repeated, okay, it's repeat 1 times. So for such math we are going to write 1 by x into x plus 4 into, that is a by x plus b by x plus 4 and c by x plus 4 whole square. That is the equation number 1. Again, 1 by x into x plus 4 whole square, that equality a by x, that is the first factor. Then just forget about the first number, what is that, x plus 4, so b by x plus 4, and the repetition, 1 times repetition, that's why that is c by x plus 4. If it is 3 times this one, look at here, x minus 1 cube into x minus 3, it will be a by x minus 1. For second repetition, a b by x minus 1 whole square plus then the next one c by x minus 1 whole cube plus the another factor d by x minus 2. So here is 2 and the number just repeat twice. So here it is x minus 1 plus x minus 2 plus c by x minus 1 whole square. So here is the repetition, this one x minus 1 is repeated. So that is this one for one alphabet and another one alphabet. So how we are going to solve? Similar way, just we just, what is the denominator, we are just going to multiply on the both side. Then what will be stand, where is nothing, so 1 will be there, equality a into just which one is there, after that x plus 4 whole square plus bx x plus 4, because there is 1 x plus 4. If we divide, just multiply and simplify, it will be like this, and c into x. After that we have to just use the whole square formula, that is x plus 4, okay. So after that get it, then okay, now we are putting x equal to 0 in equation number 2. This is in equation number 2, we're just using it. Okay, so this is equating, we are just talking about it about later. So putting x equal to 0 in 2, so 1 equal to a into 0 plus 4 whole square plus b into 0 plus c into 0. So here the value of these are 0, so a 1 equal to 16a, that equal to a equal to 1 by 16. Okay, similarly if we put the value of x equal to minus 4, as you will understand, x equal to 0, x minus 4 equal to 0, but we cannot use this one because it's a whole square, we cannot just take it here. So for these two alphabet we can find out for two different factors, one is x, another is x plus 4. We just understood just how we are going to find out x equal to 0 and how we put x equal to minus 4. Another one will be x equal to minus 4, so we cannot use that one also, so we will get the same value of c. So a equal to 1 by 16, c equal to 1 by 4 we got. Now equating the coefficient of x square on the both sides. So what is the equating? Equating means on the both side you have to understand there is equating sign is there. So the both side the coefficient of the same power or the degree of expression will be, polynomial will be same in the theorem, polynomial theorem, when the equation are equating. So on the both side the coefficient of each of the polynomial will be equal. So here x square, here is a plus b, but in the left side there is no x square, but we can relate it 0 into x square, that means 0, so there is no problem. So that's why I just write here a plus b equal to 0. Why I'm just taking this one? Because the value of a is given already, found out. Okay, so that's why I'm just taking that one. So a plus b equal to 0. So we just use the formula, whole square formula. It's a formula. Okay, the formula multiplication, we did it. After that we just multiplied, took it common. Okay, so the power wise common, x square, just took it a plus b, then b x, the just the x element just taking common, then only the alphabet there without x, just I'm just taking common. So here x square is a plus b, and the left side there is no x square term, that means 0 into x square. So a plus b equal to 0. That's why I'm just writing a plus b equal to 0. Now what is the value of a? I'm just putting 1 by 16. So b equal to minus 1 by 16. So now you get the 3 alphabet. The value of 3 alphabet, a equal to 1 by 16, c equal to minus 1 by 4, b equal to minus 1 by 16. Now you can put it in a, b and c, and you get this. So I think it's not so difficult that you think, okay, look at here, you can, it's a very algebraic expression, as you can write in the top 1 by 16 by x. Okay, so as this is a fraction, so you can just write the minus sign, you can keep it there, you just put it here, minus sign. So these are simple thing. I think you understand. These are normal basic calculation actually. So this is the desired partial fractions. Now rule number 4. The denominator is or can be expressed as a product, linear and quadratic factor, none of which is repeated. So here is no repetition, that means there is no whole square. But quadratic factors means individually one of the just number will be squared there. Like there is an example. Here is a factor, it is actually not factorized here. The fraction with no factorization, we have to factorize it first. Here I'm just going to factorize it. Look at here. If I just take here from here x common, so here is the x, and if you just take common here from 4, so if you take x square common here, then it will be x plus 1. If you take 4 common here, then it will be x plus 1. So if you take x plus 1 common from the both of the place, here will be x square plus 4. So x square plus 4 is one factor, and x plus 1 is another factor. So you can see, now you can just match with this one. The denominator is or can be expressed as a product, linear and quadratic factors, so this is the linear and this factors, this is the factorization. So the factors is, one of the factors is what? Quadratic factors. So x square plus 4. Okay, another factor is similar, it could be also quadratic factors, but nothing is repeated here. X square plus 4 is just one times, x plus 1 is one time, so there is no repetition. So such type of uh, denominators, we just for the quadratic factors, that was I'm just writing ax plus b, ax plus b. Not only the single alphabet will be there, for the quadratic one it will be like that. And the simplest one, that if it is only x, then c by x, no problem. Here it is x plus 1, c by x plus 1, no problem. But the factors, which one is quadratic, okay, that's one we have to write this way. Two alphabet, one is with x, another one will be just free, x free. So if you write a by x plus in front, you'll write a by x plus 1, and this one will be in the later, so that will be bx plus c by x square plus 4. So where you write doesn't matter, but there you use two alphabet, one is with x, another one is x free. So we'll show you some examples also with this rule. So here is the math. Same way, we have to just multiply this with the both side. After that, what you will get, okay, this is, you have to do the equating for this type of special kind of maths. Okay, this is a little bit bigger or new things to you, but you have to habituate it. Look at here, what I did, I'm just multiplying with x square plus 4 into x plus 1 the both side. Then I got x square plus 4x minus 7, that equating ax plus b into x plus 1 plus c into x square plus 4, and after product, finding the product, you will just write ax square plus a plus b into x plus cx square plus 4c, or x square plus 4x minus 7 equating a plus c into x square plus a plus b into x plus b plus 4c. So x square with a plus c, x with, what is the coefficient of x? A plus b, and b plus 4c is x free, so that's the constant part. So when we are just going to equating, I think you will be more clear discussing. Now equating coefficient of x square, x and constant terms from the both sides, and we get, so look at here, what is the coefficient of x square? A plus c, and inside 1 is there, so here is the first one, a plus c equal to 1. Then what is the coefficient of a plus b? 4. So okay, from that a equal to 1 minus c. So for the coefficient of x, a plus b equal to 4, and if you just put the value of a, 1 minus c here instead of a, you will get 1 minus c plus b. So from it you will get b minus c equal to 3, as if you send 1 to the right side, 4 minus 1, that equal to 3. And the constant term, what is the constant term here? B plus 4c equal to minus 7. So b plus 4c equal to minus 7. Now subtracting 3 and 4, 3 and 4, if you subtract it, as these are two are same alphabet, b, c, so if you subtract it, b will be gone, so it will be 5c equal to minus 10, that equal to c equal to what? Minus 2. So we'll get the value of c equal to minus 2. If you put in equation number 2, you will get a minus 2 equal to 1 and a equal to 3. If you put it in equation number 3, that is c equal to minus 2, then you will get b equal to 3 plus c, and c 3 minus 2, that equal to b, that equal to b equal to 1. So putting this value, all this value I got, that is a, b and c, just a, b, c, if you put in equation number 1, you will get the partial fraction, which one is actually just desired. So this is a partial fraction of which type of, the denominator is or can be expressed as the product linear and quadratic factors. It's a linear, the simple one, and a quadratic factors there, none of which is repeated, none of them is repeated here. So here is some another example. Look at here, x by, that is x minus 1 is a linear one, and this is x square plus 4. So for the linear one, I'm just taking a by x minus 1, and the quadratic one, bx plus c by x square plus 4. So I think you understand, if you just practice this type of fraction, I think you will understand more and more. You have to practice it. Harmat's nothing so difficult for students. It's actually, if you practice once, twice, thrice, then it will be easier to you. Otherwise, it is, you will just forget it. So practice it. I think you will understand. Okay, now rule number 5, the last rule. So the denominator is or can be expressed as a product of linear and quadratic factors, some of which are repeated. Look at here, the denominator is or can be expressed as a product of linear and quadratic factors, some of which are repeated. Okay, so that is the product of linear and quadratic factors, like the previous one, but there was no repetition, but here is repetition. So the repetition is rule number 3. We have to look at here, we have to use rule number 3 and 4 together here. So that is the interesting part here. Look for the non-repeated part, and the simplest part, x is there, so that is a by x plus this one, just forget about the just the quadratic. What we will write if it is whole square? we'll write once time with one alphabet and whole square for another time. So similarly, as it's a quadratic equation inside, so we have to let it just with x alphabet and another x3 alphabet. So bx plus c, and the repetition we have to write the same way, dx plus e. So this is the interesting part here. So it will be more longer math. You have to more alphabets here, so you have to find out more values here. But actually, for repetition, you have to write it twice, as this is a quadratic equation. So you have to use for quadratic equation, which one you have to let in numerator, you have to do it. So I think it's not so difficult. You will clear, inshallah. I'll show you some more maths after finishing this math, so it will be more clear there. So here, multiplying both sides with the denominator. So here, what will be left? There is nothing in numerator, so 1 is there. So this 1 will be there staying, and rest of the part is here. Okay, a into x square plus 1 whole square plus bx plus c into x square plus 1 into x plus dx plus e into x. So after multiplication, you will get this face. Then if you multiply, so it will be like that. After, you have to just what you have to take x4 common. Then what will be the coefficient? X, that's just the ascending order of the power. Okay, so x4, x cube, x square, x, descending way. This is the descending way. So and the constant part. So you have to just take it common. After taking common, which will be, just keep it like this. This is equation number 2. Now on the both side, you are just equating of the coefficient of x4, x cube, x square, x, and the constant, and we get here is nothing, just only 1 there. So what we'll be going to do now is the previous one we did. So there is no x4 term, that means we can let it 0 into x4. So a plus b equal to 0. Here on the right side, the coefficient of x4 equal to a plus b. On the left side, there is nothing, so we just let it 0. Similarly, x cube, here is c is the coefficient, but here is nothing, so c equal to 0. Similarly, x square, here 2a plus b plus d, that equal to 0, and c plus e equal to 0, and the value a equal to 1. Here is the constant part 1, here is the constant part, that means the x free part is a, here is that is 1, so a equal to 1. Now if you put the value of a equal to so here if we put the value c equal to 0 here, so e equal to also 0. So c plus e equal to 0, putting c equal to 0, we will get e equal to 0. Similarly, a plus b, if you put the value a equal to 1, you will get b equal to, if you put here 1, then 1 will be sent to the right side, so 0 minus 1 equal to minus 1, so b equal to minus 1. And if you put here a value of a equal to 1 and value of b equal to minus 1, then 2 into 1 plus, that is what, d equal to minus 1. So here is the value of a equal to 1, b equal to minus 1, c equal to 0, d equal to minus 1, e equal to 0. All the value you got. Now you have to put it in the equation number 1, and finally after that, look at it. The face was, it was like this, and now it is just a simple look. So but actually this is your desired partial fractions of the given fraction. So it's not so difficult if you just keep patience and solve the math very carefully. It is not so difficult, but you need to practice more and more and more, then it will be easier. So here is another example. I am not solving it, I am just discussing it. I think you will understand, and you will go just solve this math at your home. So here, look at here. So x plus 1, x square plus 1 whole square. So we just let it x plus 1, that is a by x plus 1, and this is bx plus c by x square plus 1, and plus dx plus e by x square plus 1 whole square. So rest of the part is similar. You have to solve that way, that you have to do the equating, otherwise it is difficult to solve it. So look at here, is an exceptional math, 1 minus x cube. For this type of math, you have to a cube minus b cube, the factors formula. This is the factors formula. 1 minus x, 1 plus x squared. So this is just a linear this factors. So you have to, for this one you have to let a by 1 minus x, and there is a quadric, so it's another x is there or one is the three terms is there, doesn't matter, but the question is told about, the rules is told about quadric factors. So this is a quadric equation, quadric factors. So this quadric factors, that's one, you have to just bx plus c, so bx plus c by 1 plus x, this one. So I think you understand. Thank you for watching this video. I think there's some minor mistakes. I think you will not just bother about that. You will see the video. If you will not understand, you'll see it again, and hopefully the partial fraction it will be easier to you. Next time you can solve it by alone, and inshallah pray for us that we can give you more videos of different topics, and maths one time it will be very much easier to you, and you'll be a boss of the math subject. So thank you. Assalamu alaikum.